Good evening. It's really great that you're out there for the Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House. Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House is a community outreach mission of Perkasie Mennonite Church. And we are doing this virtually live. We're recording live at Morningstar Studio in East Norton, PA. And we have a wonderful group here, Beverly Street, but they are no strangers to Perkasie Patchwork. We first met Janie and Alan at the NERFA, right?
Yep.
Back in 2009, and when you were Red Hen, Ray and I went to a midnight session that you had a guerrilla showcase or something like that. You had your own room, and we were really impressed, and we thought that Red Hen would go over really well at Perkasie, which you did. And then you've also been back as Corkery, right?
Corkery.
Corkery,
Yep.
yeah, thank you. It rhymes with Perkasie.
There you go.
But we are so glad to have you back as Beverly Street, and you're going to give us some music with an Irish flair, right? And you have a new friend in your band?
We've got, there's Alan Carr's over there. I'm not
Right.
sure if you can see him or not, but Alan and I had a band called Red Hand String Band with David Kippeth and the dearly departed Linda Schrade, and then we were at Perkasie with Corkery with Bill Corn and Sarah Gown, and since we've been down in Stanton, Virginia for the last year, we've gotten together with our fabulous friend Bill Wellington, who's a wonderful old-time musician and singer and songwriter, so we're delighted to be back.
Well, we're really glad to have you back in the Philadelphia area, and let's have a big Perkasie welcome for Beverly Street.
Thank you. Woohoo! All right, we're going to start off with a tune that was our favorite tune for 2020 called Porter's Reel. It's from Eastern Texas, and here we go. Thank you so much. Well, we are so happy to be here.
Love it.
As I said, we're living in Stanton, Virginia now. We've been playing a bunch of music with Bill here, Bill Wellington, and he's brought a couple of fun new songs to our repertoire, songs I've been singing and playing for ages and ages, and just delighted to play some Charlie Poole songs.
There's some great old Charlie Poole songs out there. Charlie Poole recorded in the 1930s. He was from North Carolina. Charlie Poole and the North Carolina Ramblers. And we're going to play one of our favorite Charlie Poole songs called The Milwaukee Blues.
The Milwaukee Blues.
Okay, here we go. We got a little special intro for you. See how we will do it.
Okay, there
Ready?
you go.
1, 2, 3, and... One Tuesday morning when it looked like rain, round the curve come a passenger train. Riding the blind was old Bill Jones. Good old hobo had to try to get home. He's trying to get home. He's trying to get home. He's a good old hobo and he's trying to get home. Well, I went down to Georgia on a tramp. The roads are getting muddy and the leaves are getting damp. Gotta catch a freight train, get out of town, cause they don't want no hobo just hanging around, hanging around, just hanging around. They don't want no hobo just hanging around. Well, I left Atlanta for the break of day. Brakeman said you'll have to pay. Got no money, so upon my shoes. Gotta go west, I got the Milwaukee blues. 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 Gotta go west, I got the Milwaukee blues. Well, old Bill Jones said before he died, fix the road so the boys can ride. When they ride the rods. Put all the trust in the hands of God, in the hands of God.
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 Well, they put all the trust in the hands of God. Well, old Bill Jones said before he died, 2 more roads that I'd like to ride. Fireman said, what can they be? Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe, and the Santa Fe,
And the Santa Fe.
and the Santa Fe,
And the Santa Fe.
Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe. Well, I gotta go west, I got the Milwaukee blues.
All right.
The Milwaukee blues.
Nice job. All right.
Hey, we all ended at the same time. It's wonderful.
Pretty good there.
Well, we're going to stay and do another old-time favorite song for you. This was first recorded in 1927 by Dyke's Magic Trio. I looked that up today just to make sure I got the information right. I've been singing and playing this song for a long time. It's one of my favorites. It's called Free Little Bird.
Yeah.
I'm as free little bird as I can be. I'm as free little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a weeping willow tree where the bad boys cannot bother me. I'll never build my nest on the ground. I'll never build my nest on the ground. Gonna build my nest in a weeping willow tree where the bad boys cannot tear me down. I'll never steal honey from a bee. I'll never steal honey from a bee. Gonna steal me a kiss from my sweet lover's lips and fly away across the sea. I'm as free little bird as I can be. I'm as free little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a weeping willow tree where the
bad boys cannot bother me.
I'm as free little bird as I can be. I'm as free little bird as I can be. Gonna build my nest in a weeping willow tree where the bad boys cannot bother me.
Free little bird.
Bad boys.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. So Alan Carr here is from Aberdeen, Scotland, which is in the Great Northeast, which is an amazing place for traditional music. A lot of wonderful fiddling and piping and singing and all sorts of things. And Alan is from there, and he's going to sing a song from his childhood from Scotland.
Yep.
It's a very well-known song.
I'll be honest, I hated this song when I was a kid. They used to make us sing it at school, but it was always in strict tempo. So it was kind of rumty-tum, and I never really liked it. I'd get yelled at by the teacher.
Really?
I have to confess.
Imagine that.
I'm scarred. So I got hired 3 or 4 years ago now. I got hired to play at this Scottish event, and the gentleman who was signing the check was very insistent that I do this song. So I had to rethink that, and because I was getting paid. So
Motivating.
I
He's
realized,
Scottish after
and
all.
I was noodling around with it, and I changed the time signature a little bit, and it just came alive for me. So I hope you like this. It's called Mary's Wedding, and it's based somewhat on the tradition that when a young woman got married, the whole village or on the island, or all the people on the island on the west coast would march. They'd go in procession, and they'd march her from her old house where she was brought up to the new house where she would spend her marriage with her lovely husband.
A lovely husband.
Lovely husband. And up in Shetland, in the Shetland Isles, they have a tradition there where they have a couple guys going along the front of the procession firing shotguns to scare away the evil spirits. Although if people have been feeding them spirits all day, it's a bit hairy with the gunpowder and the alcohol.
Good thing it was a remote place.
It's a good thing that it's not a built-up area. So anyway, Mary's Wedding, excuse me. Chorus is, step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. And then we're playing a tune called
Sally Gardens.
Sally Gardens,
Sally
thank you.
Gardens.
Yeah,
An Irish tune.
Irish tune.
Yeah.
an Irish tune. Yeah.
Here we
Okay.
go. 2, 3, and.
Step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. Past the Sheelan through the town, Myrtle green and bracken brown, over hillways up and down, all for darling Mary. Plenty herring, plenty meal, plenty fish to fill her creel, plenty bonny bairns as a wheel, that's the toast for Mary. Oh, step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. Cheeks as bright as Rowan's are, brighter them than any star, fairest o' them all by far, that's my darling Mary. Oh, step we gaily, on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. cheeks as bright as Rowan's are, fairer than any star, fairest of them all by far. That's my darling Mary. Last time, oh, step we gaily on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and row, all for Mary's wedding, all for Mary's wedding.
All right.
My strap broke.
Oh, no.
It just came off.
Wow. You
That was
just
exciting.
kept it together.
Never
though.
Well, I
even
know
That
it
was
was
awesome.
tough, but you
And
know.
we ended at the same time.
It was tough, but
This is always
someone
a-
had to do it.
So now we're going to play a set of two jigs for you. First jig comes from the fiddling of the great Kevin Burke, and the second fiddling comes from the fiddling of the great Rodney Miller. Kevin Burke, great Irish fiddler, and Rodney Miller is well known in the contra dance community. This is the Sean Ryan's jig and Idlewild jig.
Here we go.
Here we go.
2, 3, and.
Yeah.
All right. Nice
Good
job.
job.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed those tunes. Maybe some of you were even dancing out there. I'm going to retune my fiddle.
And I'm going to retune my banjo. So you've probably heard all the good banjo jokes. There aren't really any good banjo jokes, but there are some banjo jokes. How long does it take to tune a banjo?
I don't know. Bill, how long does it take?
Well, the answer is nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
It's a mystery.
And you can't tune a fish.
That's true.
Too many skills. Oh, boy.
Well, we're going to go back to Appalachia, and this is sort of a nice connection between the Celtic and the Appalachian music that we know and love, because it's a song called Chilly Winds, and originally we heard this from the singing and playing of Tommy Jarrell down the Round Peak region of North Carolina, an epic traditional musician, one of a kind, and he played and sang the song, but it's also got a lot of kind of Celtic voicings and sort of moody kind of way that we like to play it.
And some bluesy notes in there too.
In there too. So
we mess with it.
It gets the best of all the genres,
Go through it all.
right? So it's called Chilly Winds. I'm going where chilly winds don't blow. Going where the chilly winds don't blow. Going where the chilly winds and chilly winds don't blow. Going down that long, lonesome road. Going down that long, lonesome road. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Going down that long, lonesome road. Going down that long, lonesome road. I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Going where the water tastes like wine. Going where the water tastes like wine. Going down that long, lonesome road. Going down that long, lonesome road. That's fine. I'm going where the chilly winds and chilly winds don't blow. Going where the chilly winds don't blow. Going where the chilly winds don't blow. Going down that long, lonesome road. Going down that long, lonesome road. I'm going down that long, lonesome
I think we're going to do the Wreck song.
We're going to do the Wreck song. All right, let me get your fiddle then, Bill.
Or is
Thank you.
This is the flu song.
Oh, it's a flu song.
It is the, yeah, you're right. Okay, well now everybody.
Thank you so much. So let's see, we've got little notes here for this next one.
Yes,
and I've
because,
got the correct fiddle here.
Well, see, we're living through this pandemic time. It's been unprecedented for all of us, but we've lived through other pandemics before, and the flu outbreak happens every year. And I noticed one time that all these flus were being named after parts of the world, like you had the Asian flu and you had the Spanish flu. So I thought, what would happen if you had the Irish flu? So it happened to be near St. Patrick's Day, so I made up a little song, and it's called The Awful Irish Flu. And we're going to try it for you now.
Yeah, we are.
Now, do we have something special for this one, too? Oh, yeah.
Yep, we do.
Okay. Just have to remember. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Well, my name is not O'Brien, and I'm not from Ireland. Though wearing a green on St. Paddy's Day, I never could understand. Then one day I got a kiss from a girl named Katie McGrew, and I became the victim of the awful Irish flu. Now I eat soda bread for breakfast, I heat my house with peat, I shout out top of the morning to everyone I meet. I'll sing you a song, I'll dance you a jig, recite a poem or two. A terrible thing it is to have the awful Irish flu. Although it's rarely fatal, the side effects are strange, and all my friends have told me that they've noticed quite a change. But whether it's good or bad, they don't know what to think. And while they're all deciding, I'll just have another drink. Well, I eat soda bread for breakfast, I heat my house with peat, I shout out top of the morning to everyone I meet. I'll sing you a song, I'll dance you a jig, recite a poem or two. A terrible thing it is to have the awful Irish flu. Well, I used to work on Wall Street, where I had a lot of clout, but I gave it all up to spend my days drinking Guinness Stout. I used to give money to the church to absolve me of me sin, but I took the money out of the plate and bought an accordion. Well, I eat soda bread for breakfast, I heat my house with peat, I shout out top of the morning to everyone I meet. I'll sing you a song, I'll dance you a jig, recite a poem or two. A terrible thing it is to have the awful Irish flu. As I was playing a favorite Irish tune, a lad came up and asked me how he could get immune. It's such a silly question, you don't even have to ask, 'cause if you don't want the blinking flu, then wear your blinking mask. Well, it's soda bread for breakfast, I heat my house with peat, I shout out top of the morning to everyone I meet. I'll sing you a song, I'll dance you a jig, recite a poem or two. A terrible thing it is to have the awful Irish flu. Fantastic.
That's why we love him. He makes up these fabulous songs. All right, let's see. What I can't
So
actually
deep.
read the thing
Red
here.
Fox or something like that.
Oh yeah, yes,
Oh, this is a nice tune.
yes. Red Fox.
We're going to play a fiddle tune now from West Virginia. West Virginia fiddler Henry Reed. Many people know Henry Reed because of the many tunes we've learned from him. He was fortunately discovered in the 1960s by Alan Jabbar, and he brought all of his tunes to all of us. This is one that's lesser played than some others, but I really like it. It's called Red Fox.
Red Fox. Nice job. All right. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to Scotland and let's play a little bit of that Bernie Boozle, so to speak, in an American accent. So we're gonna get Alan's gonna sing a song that's in Broad Scots, which is his first language. He likes to say that English is his second language and American is his third.
Yep.
Right?
Well, actually, yeah, I suppose. I've been here a long time, so my English has become Americanized. But when I go back to Scotland, it takes me about half a day to get back into it.
Half a minute.
Well, no, because I do say a couple things and people look at me like, "Why are you speaking like that?" But then it comes back. Oh, yeah. This is an old Scots song. It's called the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle, the Church of Burnie Boozle, and Burnie Boozle is well, it used to be a little village, but it's been swallowed up by the city of Aberdeen, which is where I'm from. And I used to go out with a lassie that lived right by the terminus of the bus at Burnie Boozle, number 23 bus. And on a Saturday night, the last bus was at 11:30. Miss it if you dare, because if I didn't catch the bus, I was walking about 4 or 5 miles home. So a couple times I made a run like, "Wait for me." So anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is a fella basically trying to talk this girl into marrying him. He proposes to her and he says, "If you'll marry me," he says, "Gin you'll marry me, lassie. If you'll marry me, lassie, young woman, I'll do all kinds of great things. I'll make you fancy food. I'll pull you limpets from a rock and make you dishes dainty." It's a hook. Limpet? A limpet's like a clam, sort of.
Yum.
Yeah, so he promises her all kinds of fancy food and lots of babies, which I guess was supposed to attract her to marry him.
That's what, yeah.
And a few other things, a few other delightful things. But he says in the song, he says, "Your wee bit tacher is but sma," and that's her dowry. But then he says, "Well, I'll deal with that because I'll save all my silver to make you bra." So he's going to save up his money to keep her in splendor. So
As he should.
As he should. And then we go into a tune after that called "Bull at the Wagon," which is an old-timey tune that seemed to fit nicely. So
yeah, we're mashing the genres together.
We're mashing
them
up. Yeah. So here we go.
And this is a tune actually Alan made up to this traditional song.
Right. I didn't like the original tune, so I made this one up. So hopefully I can play it right.
2, 3, and.
Can you marry me, lassie, at the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle? Till the day ye die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it. And your wee bit tocher is but sma bit hot and grey. We're for I'll save my siller to make you bra. Father, he's consented. Ye will gang say bra, lassie, to the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle. Little brogues in a lassie, wow, but ye'll be canty. Your wee bit tocher is but sma bit hot and grey. Well, we're for I'll save my siller to make you bra, and your father he's consented. Ye will gang say bra, lassie, to the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle. Little brogues in a lassie, wow, but ye'll be canty. And we'll hae bairnies, een or twa, some lassies fair, laddies bra, just like their mither, een and a, even me tempted. Gin you marry me, lassie, at the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle, till the day ye die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it. I will hunt the hare and heathercock, pull your limpets fae the rock, pull your limpets fae the rock, to make your dishes dainty. Gin you marry me, lassie, at the Kirk o' Burnie Boozle, till the day ye die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it.
Nice. I like
Beautiful.
that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a nice trip to Scotland.
Thank you so much. Oh, we've got applause from the window there. Thank you. All right, let's see. So we're sort of off our list there, but I can actually see what's. Are we going to do the
I think we're going to do
the?
Uncle Dave Bacon
Oh
song.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm playing your fiddle on that. I think.
No, you're not.
I'm not. It's an
Yeah.
A.
It's no, it's in D. But you play my fiddle if you want. It's
Well, I
there
have
for
to
you.
because I'm in cross A.
Okay, well then here you go.
Boy, I'm just a guitar player.
Well, here comes another song from a great performer for the early days of country music. This is a song from Uncle Dave Macon, who was born in 1870, and from the year 1900 till 1920, he had a route where he hauled freight every day using a team of mules. He was a real teamster. And but in 1920, because of the arrival of the automobile and trucks, he was out of business. So he had to do something. So he went on the road as a musician, and he ended up being an early star of the Grand Ole Opry, a great player. And he also wrote topical songs. He wrote songs of the day. And this particular song was about a bank fraud that happened in Tennessee sometime in the 1930s. It's called The Wreck of the Tennessee Gravy Train. It has a great chorus, so I took the song and I rewrote the words for our own modern troubles. And has as I say, a great chorus you can sing along with. And your part goes like this. Well, now we're up against it. There's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, we're sure up against it now. And only thing that we can do is do the best we can. So follow me, good people. I'm bound for the promised land. So let's sing it with them like that. Ready? Well, now we're up against it. There's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, sure up against it now. And the only thing that we can do is do the best we can. Follow me, good people. I'm bound for the promised land. Well, the people of America want to know how could things go so wrong. Once we were together, now we can't get along. We once were proud that our land is one big melting pot. But it seems we've lost our common ground and division's all we've got. Oh, now we're up against it, there's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, we're sure up against it now. And the only thing that we can do is do the best we can. Follow me, good people, I'm bound for the promised land. Well, I remember back in 78 when Carter was the prez. We were running out of crude oil, so this is what he says. If we lower our speed to 55, we'll get by, you see. So we took our lead foot off the gas and the rest is history. Well, now we're up against it, there's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, we're sure up against it now. And the only thing that we can do is do the best we can. Follow me, good people, I'm bound for the promised land. Now you may think the reason that our country's on the rocks is because so many people get their news from Fox. But if we want to have a chance to change each other's views, we really have to walk a mile in each other's shoes. Now we're up against it, there's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, sure up against it now. And the only thing that we can do is do the best we can. Follow me, good people, I'm bound for the promised land. Remember, it was Lincoln who said these words to all. United we will stand, divided we will fall. So if you love our country, want to see it last, stop all hate and prejudice and leave it in the past. Oh, now they're up against it, there's no use to raise a row. Of all the times I've ever seen, sure up against it now. And the only thing that we can do is do the best we can. follow me, good people. I'm bound for the promised land. Thank you, Uncle Dave.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Hot dog. Hot dog. All right. Oh, I still can't. Somehow my eyes. Can you read the list?
Oh,
Well,
very
this
good.
this is a collaboration piece. Al and I are married. We've been playing music together for many decades, and have been putting our American old time and Scottish traditional music together for that time as well. And this is one of the situations where I had made up a tune. Actually, I made it up at my parents' house in Avon, Connecticut, on Deercliff Road. We had a gathering there with some friends, and I made up this tune. I called it Deercliff's Retreat. And then Alan happened to be reading a book of Scottish poetry, as one does.
As one does.
This one does.
And what happened next?
Well, I find myself singing to the tune. Sign of a good tune is it sticks in your head, earworms, and I started singing this poem right off the page. This poem written by a woman called Marion Angus, who was actually from Aberdeen, but she hung out mainly in Dundee, which is a foreign city further south. And so she's well known. She wrote primarily in the 40s, 1940s and 1950s. But this song, this poem just fit. I only had to change a couple words and it fit really nicely. And it's about this woman and her son sitting in the cottage by the candlelight with a peat fire, and it's a depths of winter in the north of Scotland, which is pitch dark, and there's horizontal rain lashing, and the trees are bashing on the windows, and the wind is blowing down the chimney and sparking the peat fire, the wind that sparks the peat. And her son is sitting there. She's weaving, and he's playing his fiddle, but he's playing these like really sad, slow airs, like the Death of Lassie and tunes like that. And she says, "What do you think?" He says, "Play something cheery. What are you thinking about?" He says, "Well, I'm thinking about work and counting lambs and farming and all that stuff." And she says, "Oh, okay." But what he was really thinking about was this girl he went dancing with in the height of summer, on the long, clear nights o' June, which is because it's pitch dark in February, but it never gets dark in June, July. So you make up for it in the wintertime. But so in the long, clear nights, and he's dancing with this girl, the only thing you get to know about her is she had tawny shoes. She had black, shiny shoes on. So my theory is he was so shy he couldn't look her in the eye. He just looked at her feet when they were dancing. But that's all you get to know. But 6 months later, he's sitting by the fire playing his fiddle, dreaming about this girl. And at the end of the song, his mother, Mary Forbes, you never get his name, but her name was Mary Forbes, and she blesses the candlelight and the eerie night that keeps her bairn at home, that keeps her boy right where he should be, with his mom.
Right.
Not chasing after girls with shiny shoes.
That's right.
I should think so too. So I hope you like this. It's called The Candlelight. Jane wrote the tune, and we put this together for you. It's a good one. Mary Forbes, she weaves in the candlelight with a straw stacked and a bun. And round her fingers slim, she twists the fleecy yarn. Oh, the candlelight, the shadows on the floor, and the wrinkled leaves of the rowan tree rustling behind the door. Well, Fitzday, you think on my bonny lad with your fiddle on your knee. On the days I counted the lambs, mither by the bonny green lake, so the day, oh, and the candlelight, the wind that sparks the peat, and a slaty rain on the window pane, like the patter of birthdays' feet. Well, come play to me for Gary Wrens or a railway a heartsome tune. But he minds when he danced at the Castleton and the long clear nights o' June. Oh, the Castleton, the lass with the tawny shoon that danced wi' him at the Castleton by the solar light o' the moon. Mary Forbes, she weaves in the candlelight, her fiddle a plays in the gloom, and the dowie stairs in all the world gang round and round that room. Oh, and Mary blesses the candlelight, the watching flame, and the eerie night and the candlelight that keeps a burden at him.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Sleety rain, like on the window pane, like the patter o' birdie's feet.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Theo's waltz. Okay, let's see.
I like this one too.
So that means I'm going to retune.
Oh,
We're going to do a tune that Janie wrote. It's a waltz. And for those of you who are familiar with the contra dance world, you know that you always end a contra dance with a waltz. Usually have one of the breaks, so it's a couple of waltzes every night. It's one of the great parts about going out dancing is to be able to do a waltz. And Janie has written a bunch of really great tunes. This is one of my favorite ones. Should I tell the story, Janie?
Yes, please.
Okay, she was visiting her friend Cameron DeWitt, and they had just had a brand new baby named Theo. And Janie picked up her fiddle and started playing for Theo, and as she was playing, Theo's eyes just closed and he went off to sleep. And so as he went off to sleep, this tune came to Janie. She calls it Theo's Waltz. It's a real beautiful waltz.
I know how old this tune is because he's 6.
He's
Yeah,
6
there you
years
go.
old now. He's getting along.
All right. And we were very delighted when we started playing music with Bill here to find out that he's also a wonderful fiddler, too. So,
Have to do something, right?
ready? 2, 1, 2, 3.
Pretty waltz. Yeah, go to sleep,
you.
Theo.
Go to sleep, Theo. All right, let's see. We have a couple of more tunes that we're going to do here. We have
Wagon Yard's a song.
got a couple of tunes. We're going to go and finish off with a couple of old-time tunes and old-time songs.
Okay.
We've got a set there with the grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. I think Bill and I are going to play this together as a duet.
Yeah, should we tell them about our big
Yeah,
news?
go ahead, man.
Well, we
Yeah.
just played in the and the Florida State Fiddle Banjo Duet Contest. And we found out last night we won first place. And this is one of the tunes we played for that contest. Grasshopper Sitting on a Sweet Potato Vine.
I make hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, we're rich. Remember how it goes.
Grasshopper sitting on sweet potato vine, sweet potato vine, sweet potato vine. Grasshopper sitting on sweet potato vine. Along comes chicken and says, "You're mine."
Hot dog.
Grasshopper
All right.
sitting on a
Those
sweet
makes
potato
me think
vine.
Thank you so much. Well, let's see.
I have no idea. We've gone completely off the set list. I
Let's
have
do
no
two
clue.
more. We're gonna do two more. Is that okay? Yeah,
wanna
two
do
more.
colors?
Two more.
Yeah, let's do let's do Wagon Yard, and then I'll go back and retune for colors.
Well, now we're going to sing a song from Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers. I can get it out. And Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers were one of the great old-timey bands, string bands. And this is a song called The Wagon Yard. And this is a song with a moral and a lesson, especially if you happen to be a farmer going to town. Yeah, right. We'll just go right into it. Ready?
Yep.
I am a jolly farmer. Last night I came to town. To make this bale of cotton, I worked all year round. Put my team in the wagon yard, bought me a bottle of gin. I went out to see them electric lights and watched the cars come in. Well, I met this dude out on the street, the clock was striking 9. I said, come on, old hayseed, let's have a drink, it's fine. Well, I must have bought a dozen drinks, it hit my pocketbook hard. I wish I'd have bought me half a pint and stayed in the wagon yard. Now, since I'm a deacon in a hard-shelled church down in Possum Trot, if the sisters hear about my spree, it's bound to make 'em hot. I went out on a party, set a pace that kills. When I woke up, that gang had gone and left me all the bills. I found them over on the corner down near Soul Salvation Hall. That drunken bunch was out there singing Jesus paid it all. Put me out in a dry goods box, Lord, my pillow was hard. I wish I'd have bought me a half a pint and stayed in the wagon yard. Come listen to me, farmers, I'm here to talk some sense. If you want to see them electric lights, look right over the fence. Stay away from them city duffs, you'll find they're slick as lard. Go and get you a half a pint and stay in the wagon yard. Go and get you a half a pint and stay in the wagon yard. Good advice.
All right. Oops. All right, I think we're gonna finish our little concert off here. We'd like to say thank you so much to the Perkasie Coffee House folks and to Dave
thanks.
and Rob.
Thanks everybody
and
for
Cliff and
letting
everybody.
us sing through really nice microphones. And
It's a wonderful studio, wonderful place to play.
You can find us on online. Alan, why don't you tell them where you can find us while I get in tune here?
www.
JanieRothfield.com/Beverly Street.
Beverly, and then
Beverly
we have a
hyphen
Facebook.
Street.
Beverly-Street.
We have a Facebook page, right? Beverly Street Facebook
Yes,
page.
we
We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're
So
really modern.
if you just put in
We even have
Beverly
telephone
Street,
numbers.
we'll jump right up.
Oops. And the reason why we're called Beverly Street is because Alan and I live on Beverly Street in Stanton, Virginia.
The main
And we
drag.
thought that would be a good name for a band.
Yeah,
Right? There we go. All right, so
because Patrick Street was taken. Yeah.
well, thank you again, and we're gonna have Alan sing a golden oldie. I think some of you might know this song. It's a song from Donovan, big hit back in the '60s, and we just thought it'd be a good ender for a wonderful evening of music here. Thank you so much on behalf of Bill and Janie and Alan. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an old Donovan song. He is from Scotland, so I figure it's traditional and close enough. It was written in the '60s, so it's almost old enough. But it's almost all chorus, so you'll get the idea. It's called Colors. We did an intro already, didn't
Okay.
we? Yeah, yeah. Let's just make the song better.
2, 3.
Yellow is the color of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Green is the color of the sparkling the corn in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Blue is the color of the sky in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. feeling that I get when I'm thinking, when I'm thinking, of the times when I've been loved. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking, without thinking, of the times when I've been loved. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. That's the time I love the best.
Hey, wasn't that great? Yes, that was a wonderful set.
Thank you.
I really, really enjoyed that. And let's hear it out on the chat. Should we have an encore for these folks? Did you prepare an encore?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, why don't we do another one? All right.
Thank you. All right, Alan, come on back here. We're gonna play John Brown's Dream. Yeah, in A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's a rocker.
This is a rocker. This is a burner. This is an old time burner. This is the other tune that we played on the Florida State Fiddlers Contest banjo fiddle duet.
Fiddle duet, banjo fiddle
contest thing. Yeah.
Thingy.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thanks again. Thank you so much to Rob and Cliff and Dave and everybody out there and Rose and.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Woo!
Thanks again, people, for having us.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks, Cliff.
that was really, really great. Thank you all out there for supporting us during this COVID virtual thing. we really thank our friends at Morningstar for helping keeping the Perkasie Patchwork alive. And just a reminder out to you folks, it does cost money. So please check out our website, look at our banner below, go to the Facebook page, and you can find the place where you can donate. And we'd really like to thank the good folk from Beverly Street for coming up from Beverly Street and being with us in the Philadelphia area again. And what do you say? I'd like to hear out on the chat. Do you think we ought to have Beverly Street again when we're live? I mean, I think I know the answer to that. But okay, thank you all, folks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.